strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Okay, students, this is your 5-minute warning. I repeat, 5-minute warning.
Silence. This is the 5-minute warning with Ruben Brown, happening right now.
What's up, y'all? This is the 5-minute warning without Ruben Brown because he too good for his own show.
He on CP time. CP time.
That's cold.
So is this the 5-minute warning or is this like the takeover? This is the takeover with Mo B and AG.
Are we gonna call it a takeover? Are we gonna call it a takeover?
I mean, we can until he come back. I mean, he can't tell us not to. And then
is that really a takeover though? If there was no fight?
True. I mean, look, we can say whatever we want, and it's still his name on the show, not ours. So,
well, he keeps saying that it's just a 5-minute warning.
I mean, that intro says the 5-minute warning with Ruben Brown.
Okay, well, legally, that's what we're going with.
Exactly. I ain't liable for nothing.
That's well, y'all. This is the 5-minute warning. Ruben will be joining us later, but it's like Moby said, it's like Moby and AG right now. And I need to make a correction. We were talking about a baseball collision that happened today. The guy twirled around in the air, broke his ankle when he sat on it. That was not Boston. That was my wife was telling me that was the Cleveland Indians.
Are they still going with the Cleveland Indians?
Yeah, apparently they are.
Ain't nobody forced them to change their name yet?
No, not yet. But I mean, how could you not? I mean, is it because Washington is like one of the bigger teams and story teams in football that they get the slap, the pimp slap? Or
I think it's also because they were the Redskins, which I mean, I guess somebody. I mean, can Native Americans be offended by Indian? Yeah, but I don't think the term Indian was meant to be an offensive statement. Although originally Redskin wasn't either, but
I see that.
I mean, it's a matter of time. It's coming.
Yeah, because I always felt like, if you were going to stay with football, I'm like, why aren't the Chiefs getting, under some heat right now?
Same with the Braves. I mean,
yeah. I think the Seminoles the only one that got any permission, right?
Yeah, they actually got permission.
So, but anyway, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I am not going to be as heavily invested in the basketball game.
Oh.
It's on mute. I'm gonna glance at it occasionally, but it ain't Game 7, so like I'm not going to be pearl clutching anything as somebody said I was last week. Like it's all right.
That person would be me.
I'm not stressing that much. Just
But I mean,
we already got farther than I thought we would, so like it's a win for me.
But you realize that doesn't really count, right? Because
what are you talking about?
You did everything you said was true, and I was shocked. I didn't know they start playing that well so late in the season. Well, not late in the season, but halfway through the season. I was like, wow, they for real. But I'm like, if you're in the moment and you're here, you're here. And anything.
Oh no, I want to win. I want them to win. I'm not rooting against them.
Okay.
I'm also just not going like if we lose, be like, oh, we blew it this season. Like, no, we got two of our best defenders hurt. I'm surprised we're playing as well as we are. We got smacked in Game 2, which I was like, hey, I kind of saw that one coming. I mean, I don't want them to get beat by 30 and 40 points no more. Like, because I turned that game off the other day, like in the second quarter. I was like, well, I'm gonna get on out of here.
I saw that score the next morning. I was like, I wonder how he is right now.
I was cool. It didn't bother me at all. Like once I saw where that game was going, I checked out. I was like, well, guess I'll call it a night.
I mean, they're doing quite well tonight.
Yeah, I mean they started off real good. I mean they let them come back a little bit as you got me back investing into, because I told myself I wasn't going to do this thing where I'm looking away.
You can't.
But I'm doing it.
You can't not look. Don't even try. The only way you're not going to look is you turn it off. Don't even worry about that.
I mean, I might turn it off, but then I'll be looking at my phone. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you up here.
I know you're not gonna lie to me up here. You don't lie about anything. But what I'm saying is, if you in it, man, just say you in it.
I mean,
Why would
I
you
am.
want to admit that? Everybody else know.
Bro, I got Atlanta shoes in the background. I got a
Wow.
Hawks hat there. I'm clearly in it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be as invested as I was last Sunday, because last Sunday we'd have lost, season would have been over. If we lose tonight, I'd be like, all right, we're down 2-1.
Okay. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. I know me, and I would be invested in every game because every game matters.
I mean, look, I want us to win every game. Like I've never wanted to lose at anything. But just like those people in Houston, I'm not going to be surprised when if something happens that somebody told me was going to happen. Like I know the Milwaukee Bucks are a better team than the Hawks. I know that. My fandom is okay with that. You know what I'm saying? My fandom is okay with that. I'm not going to be dead because like Milwaukee Bucks beat us. I'm be like, they should beat us. But I mean, doesn't mean I want it to happen.
Well, I'm saying the game that I saw, and then the game that they lost, and now they're doing what they're doing now. Are they really better, or are they well matched? That's a different conversation.
I think we're better coached, which is funny to say that because the Milwaukee Bucks coach used to be the Hawks coach a couple years ago. Okay. But I think we're better coached right now. I think we have more offensive weapons, but they have Giannis, and he's like when he really wants to play, and Jrue Holiday, the guy that's guarding Trae Young, which I mean, yeah, Trae Young scored 48 in the first game, but Jrue Holiday is really giving Trae a hard time in game 2 and even now.
Okay, I get
that. But
no,
I think they're a better team. I mean, and the only reason I'm saying they're a better team is because we got 2 people hurt. I think with Hunter and Cam Reddish, I think we actually are a pretty evenly matched team. But
okay, I didn't realize that he was hurt. Reddish, I didn't realize he was
Cam
hurt.
Reddish hasn't played in the playoffs at all, and RJ Hunter hasn't played since I think the Knicks series.
Okay. So you think it's going to turn into a series like the Clippers could be more competitive, but because Kawhi's not there type thing?
Yeah, I mean, but I still think I still don't think this game is. I mean, this series is going to end in less than 6.
Okay.
Like, I still think the Hawks are going to win at least one more game.
Okay. Can they now? What's the format like? Can they finish this off at home if they wanted to?
It's 2-2, and then it goes 1-1-1.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. They don't do it like they used to do it. All right, man. Look.
I mean, all right. So for Ruben, we'll go into this old story. just for Ruben.
Actually, you know what? We can't really say that because I think that this is worth bringing up again because we were tripping at the idea that these people didn't get canned the first time. Because like you so eloquently said, it's like they ain't saying you got to take the vaccine. They're just saying you can't work here.
Yeah. So for those of y'all who don't know, hospital in Houston told their employees, hey, you have until this date to get vaccinated or you will no longer be working here. So these people decided, hey, we're going to sue because our rights are being infringed upon. Of course, the courts ruled against them, saying that no, the hospital's not infringing upon any of your rights. You're not being forced to be vaccinated. We just simply saying you can't work here. I mean, and I guess now 160 people have either quit or have been fired, and now they're either surprised or feel offended that they have been fired, even though they were told you will be fired.
Well, isn't that the way the country has been acting? Or some parts of the country have been acting the last 5 years or so?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know when we became a country full of people that couldn't listen when somebody's like it's not a bad threat that they happen to give them. Like it's like, hey, if you don't get vaccinated, you're gonna be terminated. Like AG, if I tell you that, hey, if you don't get vaccinated, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Right.
And then you don't get vaccinated and I slap the shit out of you. You can't then be offended or surprised that I slapped because I told you it was coming. Like I gave you the option.
You did give me the option not to get slapped. That's true. You did. But since I didn't do what you asked me to do, I got slapped. That was the other option.
I get it. I know a lot of people are like, hey, you're laughing about people losing their jobs, being fired. No. I'm not laughing about people losing their job. I'm not laughing about people feeling like they're being forced to make a decision that they're not comfortable with. I'm laughing at the fact that they somehow don't realize that a hospital should be able to say, if you're not vaccinated, you can't work here.
Exactly.
I mean, look, it's something as simple as like schools. Think about like elementary school. When you take a kid to elementary school, they have to have their vaccination records.
Yep.
If they don't have them, they can't go here.
Right.
So what do we think? We outgrow that?
Yes.
We outgrow vaccination?
No, I think what we don't outgrow is that childish arrogance, man. We talked about this before, man. It's just like people think they can do what they want to do without any recompense. What?
And you work in a hospital.
Yes.
This ain't like McDonald's saying, hey, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't drop them fries no more. Like, no, we saying, yo, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't be around people with weakened immune systems, preconditioned that may make them even more of a threat to die from COVID.
Yep.
Like, you can't work here because you can't get sued by patients because your ass don't want to get a shot. So somebody comes to the hospital where you're the nurse or you're the doctor and you give a patient COVID, that patient dies and their family sues the hospital. That's the chain of events that's going to happen. That hospital ain't about to lose no money just because you don't want to get stabbed twice. Nah, bro, it don't work that way.
Well, to them it did. I mean, they like you said, they got their feelings hurt. Like, what just happened? What?
Well, maybe enough of them can start their own hospital. the Centera staff free hospital.
Okay.
Where everybody here is non-vaccinated, and you come at your own peril.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That because I could the irony in it is too heavy to lift.
You're right. And then Moco Cowboy say you're right. You could only get stabbed once and you'd be good. Like,
that's right. Johnson & Johnson. That's right. But I'm just saying, man, no one wants to follow the rules unless they're making the rules. That's what I've noticed the last 5 years. If you're making the rules, everything's dandy. The first time somebody makes a rule for you, you have a problem.
Man, when did we become this people that's like anything that we don't like all of a sudden is infringing upon our rights?
Because you just said it, because we don't like it.
I don't like the McRib either, but I don't think McDonald's should be shut down when they bring it back.
Man, why you gotta bring up the McRib, man?
But I'm just saying, I think the McRib is
okay. We've established that it's not real food. I get that, but why you gotta talk about the McRib, man?
I mean, look, I can bring it. Look, I don't like that sauce on the Big Mac that they try to act like ain't Thousand Island. Like, but I don't think McDonald's should be shut down just because they put it on someone else's sandwich. Like,
why you hating on all the fast food, man? You like that dude running around talking about Santa Claus ain't real, ain't you?
I mean, nah, I don't tell people that Santa Claus ain't real. If you choose to want to believe in some white fat man coming down your chimney, even though you stay in an apartment complex, like, I mean, look, you make it work however you want. I got kids too, man. I've had to try to finagle how that works too. When we did have a fireplace and how Santa get here, I don't know. That white dude know how to break in. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody want to look at Santa as a criminal, but I mean, look, he's breaking and entering,
leaving stuff, man.
He's still breaking and entering. I ain't say he robbed the place. I say he's breaking and entering, and technically he's taking cookies. I mean,
cookies were no. The cookies were left for him. There's a difference.
I mean, look.
If the note says "Thank you, Santa, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho," these your cookies. That's not stealing.
Okay. I mean, okay. Well, I've been stealing Santa's cookies for a minute.
Wow. So now we know who the real thief is. Okay. I
didn't steal them cookies. I paid for them damn cookies.
Man, I'm gonna get you a lump of coal. Anyway, when people got fired, they needed to get fired because if you work in a hospital, this is a place where you have to sanitize yourself more than anyone should have to, because you can't spread germs in a hospital. You have people there that are exposed and compromised. If you don't want to get a vaccine, I don't know if I can really call you a healthcare person. Yeah. If you have a problem getting a vaccine to at least cover the people that you're caring for, I have a problem calling you a healthcare provider, not provider, but worker, because you're not providing any health. You spread, like y'all said, you spreading death.
Yeah, I just don't understand all these people who are surprised that they no longer have jobs. Like, if your first priority is supposed to be to the patient, like somebody like me that comes comes to the hospital type 1 diabetic, so I'm already high risk.
Right.
I don't want to then know that I'm in a place where people have refused to be vaccinated. I just don't. Because yes, if I get COVID from this hospital, I'm suing
for lots of money. I'm just saying. So it is what it is. We all know what time it is. We've always been these people. I just think the right circumstances have come to pass in this country in particular to help us act a certain way. I just, like I said, I just think, like at the top of the show we was talking about, it's like, man, what were you saying before participation awards?
Yeah. Participation trophies have ruined our country, and that's what's happening right now. And I don't know how we transition to us being pro organization, because me and you clearly are pro hospital in this. To then we're going to transition to IKEA and their Juneteenth celebration, which AJ, I'm gonna let you explain what happened, because I don't get it.
Well. Okay, I ain't gonna explain it. I'm just gonna let people know what's going on, because it's hard to explain. Even though this is a Scandinavian company, it's still hard to explain. But anyway, IKEA was trying to be helpful, I guess, and they wanted to celebrate Juneteenth. You know, I do want to say this: IKEA is a Scandinavian-owned company, and they have done well in America. And I understand why they wanted to do what they wanted to do, and I'll give them that. However, when you talk about Black people and you want to serve a dinner with every cliche and just derogatory food ever, then I think you're problematic. So now he go with some what for real? you was waiting on that, won't you?
I don't see the problem. I mean, but sound like IKEA's menu on Juneteenth was slamming: fried chicken, watermelon.
Really? Anyway, people, don't mind Moby right now.
Who made the fried chicken? That's all I would want to know. Like, who made the fried chicken?
I hope it won't none of them. I hope they hired somebody. But anyway, they had this dinner, and they had all of the things that most Black people, including me, can't stand to eat in front of white people. That would be watermelon and fried chicken in particular. I was shocked that they ain't had crabs, but I don't think that's one of the things that people get offended by. But anyway,
that's new age Black people eating crabs.
Oh, that's bougie Black people, right?
Yeah, that's bougie Black people. Or that's got my STEMI money Black people. Because I'm letting you know, when them stimulus checks came up, man, you couldn't find no Old Bay seasoning. You couldn't find none at the store. I was like, yo, I'm just trying to make some shrimp. I'm not even trying to do it big like that. Old Bay was sold out. Crab leg was coming off the shelf. I'm like, what happened? Oh, that STEMI money hit.
STEMI. Oh my goodness, I can always depend on you. Anyway, so that's what we're talking about here. And the real question to me was, when I read it, because actually my wife peeped me to it, and I was like, my first thought was too soon. I understand what you're trying to do, and I'm gonna pretend like you're not trying to be like underhanded with your racism. I call it a microaggression as far as I was concerned. However, I was like, okay, but it's too soon for that. Why don't you just celebrate it as a company and put a commercial out or whatever, like everybody else do, keep it moving? But they wanted to do what they wanted to do, and I think they got a black eye for it. Now, my first thought is to give them quarter also, because again, like I said at the top of this, they are a Scandinavian-owned company. They are not American. Never have been, never will be, but they do well in this country for sure. But I'm like, if you're doing well in this country, that means you have people that are from here running it for you, or at least on the the top level and the middle level and the bottom level in management. And you mean to tell me nobody came to you and said, wrong answer? Come on, man.
I need to know what Black people are high ranking in this company.
At least 3 of them, man.
Hopefully.
Come on, at least. And then you mean to tell me if you got 3 people as high-level managers, mid-level managers, and low-level managers didn't come to somebody that would listen and say, please don't?
I'm just trying to figure out why I ain't know about it until afterwards. Because I'm just saying, I'd have been offended, but I still might have got me some chicken, though. Like, I mean,
Wait a minute. You can't be offended. Wait a minute. It's almost like saying human trafficking is bad. Yo, can I get a 12-year-old? No, it don't work that way, man.
I mean, yeah, but that's illegal. Like eating fried chicken and watermelon ain't illegal. Like it's actually delicious. I mean,
what in the world?
And I'm just saying, like, I could have been offended, but like being offended don't make me lose my appetite. Like, I might have been like, man, these white people, no, they ain't right.
Oh my goodness!
But damn, whoever was seasoning this chicken was hitting.
Man, KB Yako, I hear the meatballs are good there. Well, I believe that. I believe the meatballs are good, but the fried chicken might be all right. That's what he says. I'm not saying the fried chicken wouldn't be good. I'm sure they hired somebody to do a good job at the fried chicken, but I mean, come on, man. You don't see this as problematic.
I mean, of course it's problematic, but I'm just saying, like, don't act like if you would have just been in IKEA, you would have been like, damn, this is offensive. But hey, give me a 3-piece to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you don't want to eat it in front of the white folk, but you might have been like, I'll take it home. Or you might have got your wife and hey, go get. You safe. You go get some of that chicken.
That is so foul. You choking on that watermelon. Oh my God. No. I would wait till I got the Popeyes near my house and just do it like that.
So what are we mad at? Are we mad that that they are being stereotypical, or are we mad that Church's Chicken didn't think of it first?
I can't do this with you. Oh my God. We are mad because the first one.
Okay.
That's what
I'm just saying. If that black lady on the Popeyes commercials would have been like, "Come get some of my finger-licking fried chicken to celebrate Juneteenth," and that voice would have came up there, "Love that chicken for Popeyes," you'd have been up there like, you know what? I do think I want to go get some of that chicken.
No. Then I'd have had to stop going to Popeyes. No. Then I had to start going to Farm Fresh and not Farm Fresh, but Harris Teeter and everywhere else. No.
But of course this is problematic. I mean, I'm making fun of it, but I'm only making fun of it because like it's so stupid that nobody in that company realized that this was a problem. That I feel like I just got to double down on the stupid by just laughing at it, because there's no way that somebody didn't just go, you know what? I don't know if on Juneteenth we should be changing our menu. Like if this is something they had on the menu every day,
then it'd be different. Yeah.
Hey, it's whatever. You know,
they're already doing it. Exactly. They're already doing it. It's not that big a deal. But
like if it was on that menu every day and they were just like, hey, we got a Juneteenth sale coming on.
Right.
Hey, and if you just so happen to walk by, there's some chicken and some watermelon over there, which we have every
why
day.
you gotta mention it, man? Why you gotta mention it?
I mean, if they say which we have every day, like if I felt like IKEA was really trying to target black folks, like in a positive, productive, capitalistic way, but like, hey, we specialize in our fried chicken too. So if you come by, get your living room set and some chicken to go. Like if they did that every day, but like on Juneteenth, you're just gonna say, hey, we're gonna fry some chicken and some watermelon just for you black folks celebrate. Like this, no.
But I just don't, like I said, man, I'm stuck at the part, like you said, it had to be somebody to just even white folks know this.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about it. You notice I didn't say there had to be a black person in the room. I said there needed to be somebody in the room that just thought, I don't know, Chris, this might not be a good idea.
Why they gotta be Chris?
I feel like Chris is a pretty neutral name. You can go either way on Chris.
You might be able to. When you said it. So I mean, it's the long and short of it, folks, is I think sometimes people can double down on their racism by disguising it as something else, but not really having a real good disguise. Microaggressions. So yeah. I'm like, it is what it is to me, man. It's like, I got to come down in the center to make sure, because I don't know these people. But the idea that nobody said nothing, that makes it a little suspect to me. So I'm gonna just let it go. I'm not a big IKEA person to start with, but it is what it is.
I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for something I still got to put together that's made out of cardboard. I mean, didn't I just describe like their whole lineup?
That is the charm. That is the charm. How did they get people to want to work to put stuff together after they pay so much money for it? But anyway. So we going from defending IKEA to this black man defending himself, which is never a good idea, people. If you find yourself in the court of law, get yourself a lawyer. Even if it's a public defender, get yourself a lawyer. This dude, he wanted to defend himself. The judge was like, please don't. He was like, no, I'm good. And so that's one problem. But that's not really the story. The story is, how you going just like, this is not the streets, man. What in the world?
But all right, so for people who don't know, is a Florida man defending himself in a murder trial. It was a double murder trial, right? Because he killed him. I mean, he decided to defend himself, and the part of the story that's really bothering me is not the part where he defended himself. It's not even the part where he cross-examined his own kid, who basically told the truth about how. I mean, he basically said, "Have I ever hurt you?" And the kid basically was like, "Yes, you actually stabbed me. It was like last week. Like, what are you talking about? Did you forget?"
Out of the mouth of babes, I know.
But but what's really weird about this is like nowhere in this story did you ever hear anybody mention this dude's mental health, because this dude can't be right. He just can't. But it's not defense. I mean, I don't care. I still think he should be under the jail for what he did.
Okay.
But the fact that nobody mentioned his mental health, because we can look, AG, we know if this dude was like 3 shades lighter than me, mental health would have been all over this story. We'd have known about his childhood.
Would we? Because look, I will say this: if you had, like you said, the complexion of protection, then you have a lawyer, and usually lawyers are trying to create a narrative. So your lawyer is going to say that, but if you defend yourself, who's going to say it for you?
I mean, I'm not talking about the court. I'm not talking about the court, but I'm pretty sure the media coverage of this, somebody somewhere would have mentioned that this dude say to be suffering from some type of mental health issue.
You're not wrong, but I still say,
but the fact that he interviewed his son was like terrible. I mean, I'm gonna read the question just because like this kid is the real MVP. So the defendant asks. Or not the defendant. So the person on trial who's defending himself says, "Did I hurt you on the night of this incident?" And the boy replies, "Yes." He says, "How did I hurt you?" And the boy says, "You stabbed me." I mean, it's not funny because the kid got stabbed, but it's funny that this 12-year-old was looking at his dad basically going, "Yeah, you stabbed me. Like, did you forget? Like, I'm sure that kid had to be looking around going, I mean, am I being punked? Like, we all were here. We were all there, right? Like,
you want me to show you the scar?
Bro, you asked your son, "Did I hurt you?" knowing damn well you had stabbed him.
No, but see, the thing I think he was thinking was his son wasn't going to roll over on it. Because, I mean, and that is, I mean, if we're going to talk about craziness, that's actually reasonable to believe.
You're right. But, you know, it's also reasonable for me to believe that if this kid has been around this crazy dude, he probably got a little crazy in him too. So he probably like, "Yeah, you stabbed me. Like, you can't do it again." You can't do it again. You about to be locked up, bro. You about to be getting stabbed, but not with metal objects.
You know what? Eat your watermelon.
You about to be stabbed in the backside.
Is that what we're gonna call it? Getting stabbed. Oh my goodness!
I bet you won't ask them afterwards. Did I hurt you? Did I hurt you on the incident that occurred in the shower?
You take this show in places it does not need to be. I'm just saying.
Like there's a reason why this is the 5-minute warning with Ruben Brown. Can't be the 5-minute warning with me. These stories will get told totally different.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I'm actually upset that Ruben isn't here to talk about this story because I know this has to be a story that he wants to talk about big time.
Nah, but see, he would never talk. He would never go there.
I know.
So
but I know he would be uncomfortable with me going there.
Oh, that's
part of the charm.
Oh man, that's awesome. Because that's like looking at his face while you talking and he's cringing, pearl clutching. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious, man. Because he, boy.
But yeah, I don't get what this dude issue was because like he got to be crazy. Like first of all, you're looking at the picture of him and just being stereotypical. He looked crazy.
Well, he kind of does. I mean, the hair don't help him.
But yeah, he looked crazy. Like if somebody said, and this is wrong. This is wrong. I want to preface this by saying this is wrong, people.
But I'm saying anyway.
But if you showed me a picture of him and was like, yeah, he killed 2 people, I'd be like, yeah, that nigga did that shit. And I don't feel good for thinking that way, but he did that shit.
Nah, but it's like,
in all fairness, I'm not saying that's just a black thing either, because there's some white people you see pictures of and you say he committed murder, you be like, yeah, oh yeah, he did that shit.
But I'm saying it's like, do you really need to feel bad about that? Because I mean, it's not like it's not true.
All right, well then maybe I don't feel bad about it, but it's still wrong to just assume. Let's just say I'm not, by looking at his picture, I'm not surprised. There's no moment where I'm not going to pretend to be like Oprah acting like white people ain't racist. Like, no, I'm still, to this day, still her greatest acting job ever.
No, but see, it's like, well, actually, for that, I think she was just pearl clutching because it's like none of us put 2 and 2 together. It's like,
nah, that's just acting, man. There's no way you're gonna convince me that this woman who has reasonable intelligence, because Oprah is not a dumb woman, is gonna all of a sudden be shocked that the royal family, the people who are almost the inventors of racism, might be racist.
Wait a minute. The inventors of racism.
I mean, in our country, wouldn't you say they're the inventors of racism? I mean, they're kind of the people who brought us over here.
They are the biggest Romans. I believe you are right with that. It's just, I just think with the royal family in particular, people just don't think of them that way. But yeah, you got to be racist to be who they are. You have to be. You can't love your fellow man and take him over and make him speak English. You just can't do it. But anyway, that's what they did. So I don't think it's bad that you think the dude is guilty, because I looked at him and I kind of felt the same way. Yeah, I was just tripping at his behavior. I'm like, you question your son, he put you out there, you cursing, you come in there, look at that hairdo. And I'm like, dude,
and he did it with anger. Like his son was calm about it. Did I ever hurt you? Yes.
He said, yes.
How? You stabbed me. Did you not think that hurt?
Oh my God. Oh, this show's so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. You stab.
I'm just saying, like, if I stab you, I'm not gonna be in the court being like, did I hurt you?
If you're crazy, you might.
You're right. Which is why I'm shocked that nowhere in this article does anybody question this man's mental health.
He defended himself. Is there any question?
But nobody. First of all, the judge shouldn't have let this man defend himself.
No, it's not the judge's responsibility.
I realize that, but it is the judge's responsibility, because you have to be of sound mind and body to do it.
But see,
somebody should have questioned this dude.
Nah, but see, you got to prove all the things that you want to happen. You have to prove that.
You're right, but I mean, you saw the picture. Like, would you let him defend himself, man?
Oh my god, we them black people. We them black people, man. We Ben Carson in it right now. I'm telling you, man.
I guess, man. Whatever, man.
He said whatever.
Tell me to lie. Tell me to lie.
I'm just saying that the judge can't make you do what he can't make you not defend yourself. It's like, no, you're not allowed to. No, that's true. That's not true. If he says he wants to defend himself, he has a right to do so.
Man, where's Al Sharpton at? Where's somebody looking out for the black man, just being like, look, sir, I know you're crazy, but we can't let you do this to us.
Really?
Because you look, man, you know there's some white person right now looking at this article going, I told you, all of them are like that. Sometimes we got to do the uncomfortable thing. We got to defend this crazy dude just so we don't all fall under that umbrella.
But they just gonna find another reason, like the hairdo.
Then we got to work a little bit harder. Like, I mean,
how are we gonna work a little bit harder? We're gonna make the man.
I don't know, man. I just don't want this man asking his son, "Did I hurt you?" and his son having to look at him and go, "Yes, you stabbed me." Like, yo, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if his son has one of two things in front of him. His son is either going to be super successful in everything he does in life because he is just composed, or his son is going to be a killer.
I was going to say sociopath.
Yeah, his son going to be a killer.
And like, you can do both.
I know you're right. You're right. But I mean, to just be that cool about it, like, yes, you stabbed me.
And it really is, going further in what you're saying, what kind of trauma have you gone through without getting upset with that? With just thinking that's a normal thing. Oh yeah, you stabbed me last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool as I think I am. 12-year-old me who just got stabbed by my dad would not be that calm about saying. I mean, I might have said the same thing. It would have just had a different tone. Did I hurt you? Goddamn right you did. What did I do to you? Motherfucker, you stabbed me. Like, I hope they never let your ass out.
I ain't worried about you. I'm being foster care.
I hope they never let your ass out. And if they do let your ass out, I might kill you.
Oh my God. Ooh. Well, folks, that's the long and short of that. I mean, there ain't nothing else you can say about that article. That I was reading that, I was like, "Are you serious right now?" But you stabbed me.
Right? Like I was reading, just like, there's no way he really questioned his son like this, and his son was that cool. But yeah,
he was. And like I said, like you said, either he's going to be super successful or he's going to be a sociopath. I think he can do both if he wants to, because my thing is, if you can answer a question like that in public, that calmly, in front of your offender or assailant in this case, then I'm like, what have you gone through? What have you gone through?
That boy is ice cold.
And you don't get that way for free. Something happened, or a lot of things happen. So, speaking of a lot of things happening, politicizing, little kids politicizing BLM.
Yeah. So, all right, because me and Ruben had some back and forth on this when we were talking about going on this article. So, the story in question is a 9-year-old girl. I don't think anybody has to guess what race she is once we tell the story, but she is protesting at her school for having a Black Lives Matter poster because the school made a concerted effort to say they didn't want any politics displayed in the school. So when she saw the Black Lives Matter poster, she immediately went to the school and said, y'all should take that down because you're being hypocritical, because Black Lives Matter is a political statement. And that right there, people, is in a nutshell, is white privilege laid out before you. White privilege. Because first of all, you can't be a school and have no politics, no political things anywhere in the school. I made this argument with Ruben. I feel like he didn't understand me, but I'm like, dude, if we're going to say there can be zero politics in this school, there better not be an American flag anywhere. Period. Yep. There better not be any. I mean, because the idea of the American flag is politics.
Yep.
The idea that you made that this white 9-year-old has found the link, which means they didn't find the link, which means they live in a house where they have parents who talk about the Black Lives Matter movement as if it's a political statement. I'm sorry, I didn't know asking for my life to have the same amount of rights as everyone else's was political.
It is now.
I don't know. I mean, I guess, but I guess when you're the party of privilege, you get to make the rules. So if you're going to say Black Lives Matter is political, guess Black Lives Matter is political.
It is, because we talked about it before you got on, and I was telling him, I was like, if you have a U.S. history class, it's already politics already.
Exactly.
If you have a world history class, if you have a social studies class, it's politics all over the place. Once you get somebody to not agree with a basic human right, then you have politics. If you get somebody to disagree about anything, you can politicize anything you want. I mean, you can politicize dogs or animals.
Yeah.
You can politicize babies, unborn or not. You can politicize anything you like and make it a big deal. So, and really the frustrating thing about it is little girl ain't wrong. And you put her argument in a vacuum, she is not wrong. But that does, like you said, that does show you what shade she is all day long.
No
all
question.
Day long.
And I want to be frank. I'm actually not upset with this 9-year-old for doing this. I'm upset with the idea that the school somehow thought we're going to banish politics from our school. No, you should be in the business of teaching the students in the school that politics are a part of national arguments and a part of the healthiness of a government. Like, your society is only as successful as the way they can argue with each other. Because as soon as you can't argue anymore about something, you are no longer a democracy. You are now all those other things that people hate, communist, and it's as soon as we eliminate the idea of people having differing opinions, we've lost.
Yep. True. But we go back to the top of the show. It's like people is cool as long as they making the rules. When their ability to make the rules is diminished in any way or taken away altogether, there's a problem. And it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why.
They better not do the Pledge of Allegiance in that school. Nope. They better not play the national anthem in that school. There better not be no flag in that school.
Nope.
I mean, there's no way that this not, like, if I'm working for this school and I'm like, all right, they said we're gonna do no politics, and this 9-year-old complain about Black Lives Matter, and they're telling me I got to take these Black Lives Matter posters down, then I'm like, all right, we're gonna shut this whole shit down. Ain't gonna be no flag. Ain't gonna be no Pledge of Allegiance. Ain't gonna be no mention of military. Ain't nothing. History ain't history. We ain't gonna teach it no more. Nothing. And the parents complain and be like, "Hey, y'all said y'all ain't want no politics here."
It's just some politics, is what she's trying to say. The politics that doesn't make me feel good don't need to be in school. And really, the school is just reacting to parents and everybody calling up there, complaining. That's kind of like what we were talking about a couple weeks ago about the two valedictorians and is it a salutatorian? What is it called? You're in second place. Yeah, whatever it's called. It's like this is the same thing. You have parents up there that didn't like what was going on because brown people winning, and they didn't want brown people to win, so they massaged the rules and put enough pressure on somebody that was a rookie. That's me being nice, and they got their way. There's only 2 people that matter on graduation day, as a whole. Yeah, and now it's 4. Okay, no, no, but that's what we're doing. As long as the people in question are making the policies, then the politics are cool. When that goes away, then we have a problem. It's always that way. Black people and brown people can't be winning. Women can't be winning. Come on, man. Yellow people can't be winning.
KBI, that was actually what I wanted to know. It's like, did this 9-year-old really get offended by the Black Lives Matter poster, or was she mentioning it at home and her parents got mad about it?
Well, probably
because this whole argument of like, politicians talking about critical race theory being taught in elementary schools, which it's not. Critical race theory is a thing that I think is only taught in law students. Like you don't even learn that in undergrad and college, like critical race theory. But apparently, now talking about anything that is statistically true when it comes to race is basically trying to teach white people to hate their whiteness.
Yep.
I don't get that. So
Yes,
if I mention slavery, you're so uncomfortable with your whiteness that now you think I'm attacking the fact that your ancestors might have had slaves.
Yep.
So if I point out a statistic that says black and white people are just as likely to have drugs in their car, yet black people get searched 80% more, now I'm attacking your whiteness?
Yes.
Man, fuck your whiteness. If your whiteness is that fragile, then you don't deserve your own whiteness. Like, cause if you on the winning team, you should just be like, yo, we winning. You know what I'm saying? We been winning for hundreds of years. Y'all trying to make it equal. We uncomfortable with the idea of equality. Cause when we've been winning for so long, equality feels like oppression. Because I'm not winning as much as my ancestors are winning. Therefore, I must be losing.
Yep.
Like I feel like that is critical race theory in a nutshell. I'm not winning as much as my great grandfather was winning. Therefore, I got to be losing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how. There's nothing else to say. It's like, yes, you are right. That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. And I think that two things you said are true. She was probably innocent in all this until she mentioned it at school, or it was going on before the school did what they did.
Yeah.
And so she has a lot of a certain type of knowledge about it, plus what she sees on certain channels.
I was about to say, because she could just be smart, and they talked about we're gonna not have political stuff, and if her parents watch any type of news station, whether it be CNN, MSNBC, or even Fox News,
they listen to Fox.
I know, but even if you watch something else, if you watch CNN, you could easily make it so that you feel like Black Lives Matter is a political affiliation, just with the way we cover it, just the way we talk about it, because we've totally taken the root basis of Black Lives Matter out of it, and we politicized it. As you stated, anything could be politicized, and I feel like every news station has politicized it, whether they wanted to or not. So maybe she's just a really smart kid that realized that, hey, that could be deemed as political statement. But my thing is, like, I want her to take the next step and be like, hey, we need to take this American flag down. Hey, we can't talk about that history. Like,
no, it's not going to happen, because I don't think she really, when people do stuff like this, I don't think they really think it through, because you're not trying to think it through, because you're thinking about it from your point of view only. It's like people want to be, my wife and I are talking about it today. I've been complaining all week. It's like, when are we going to get this whole gender fluid thing not to be static anymore, so I don't have to do certain things as a man, because I'm not really a man? When are y'all going to ease up on that responsibility that I have as a dude? When is that going to happen?
It's not. I mean,
well, then we're never going to be gender fluid, but then I can't talk about certain things a certain way. Again, I'm not allowed to
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. I'm playing the fifth on all topics of stuff.
No, just see, you don't have the same thing. All I'm saying is, like I said, when people are making up the rules, they don't think it through. I have yet to hear any woman, I'm not saying that it hasn't happened, I'm just saying I have yet to hear any woman come at me with gender fluidness or women's rights and this and that and the other and say, well, you know what, y'all, we need to stop with this whole child support thing. If we have the power to not tell or this or that, or come back years later and demand back child support going forward till they're 18 and all that stuff, then we got to give up some stuff. There's a responsibility with this kind of power. And so again, if you're making up the rules, you're not going to make up the rules to help you lose.
I mean, that's true. That's human nature.
Well, there it is.
Ain't nobody trying to lose.
I'm just saying, man. It's just like, This little girl is saying one thing about one thing about one thing. And what she does not realize is there is nothing in the school just going through your day that is not politics. Like I said, once you go to a history course, it's over. Your life will never change. Your life is changed forever.
Hey man, not even just history, science, man. If you start talking about evolution,
Oh man, I forgot all about that. Oh,
hey
geez.
man, math. They got new ways to do all this math stuff. Man, I be looking at my girls. I be looking at my girls' math homework. I'm like, yo, why are you doing 28 steps now? Like, yo, I can get to that answer in 2 steps. Why they? Well, this is the new math. Like, why is the new math take so goddamn long?
You gonna politicize that?
And I'm like, why? What? Why is the old math bad? Like, what did the old math? Who did the old math oppress? That we got to go in here and change it. So when my daughter's doing long division, it takes her 3 pages in her notebook, and it takes me 4 lines. Like, what?
Man,
Yeah, look,
You know, I
seriously,
can tell
man.
you why. I can tell you
Looking
why.
at their homework makes me feel dumb because I look at the math and I'm like, I don't know. Like, she's like, yeah, I got this wrong because of you, Dad. I'm like, but the answer's the same. Yeah, but she said I didn't show my work, and I'm like, what more work is there to show? we got to the answer. Like,
we got to the end.
I feel like they've made me not like math, and like I used to actually like math because I thought math thought like me. It was logical. There
Right.
was no emotion involved. It was like, hey, you get to this answer, you're right
Or
or you're wrong. And now we've put emotion into math because I can get to the right answer and you can still mark that shit wrong.
And I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of people who got their feelings hurt, and hurt people hurt people. We all know that's true. Come on,
I mean,
man.
yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on my math rant, but yeah.
I mean-
Anybody who got kids out there and you looking at their math homework, you all feel me now because you're like, yo, I used to think I knew how to do this. Like, I used to know how to convert decimals. Like, I don't know what they're doing now. Like, when I'm questioning myself on basic math questions, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, the answer was 26, but I mean, how did I get there? Like, I mean, if I didn't go the same route that they went, maybe somebody lied to me.
That's not true because the answer is the same. The answer is the same, man.
Hey, look, all I know is my daughter Kira had an X beside the answer, and I'm like, but that's the right answer. And she was like, because
It's your fault.
the work, I didn't show my work, and I almost called the teacher. I'm just like, yo, is there a different number for 27 now? Are we writing the number different now? Like,
oh my goodness, man. Look, hey. Well, we are going to move on because Moby is emotional right now. I can't mention math no more, apparently. But we're going to move on to the question of the week. And this is not much of a question for me because I already know. But what are y'all going to watch during the Olympics? What 3 games are y'all going to watch? So I'm going to let you go first.
I'm not really into the Olympics like that.
Okay.
I mean, I watch like because it's going to be on TV everywhere.
Yeah.
Of course, track and field is interesting. I mean, I don't know half the people involved, and because I don't follow it. But track and field is interesting. All the quick events, the sprints, the hurdles, long jumps, and stuff like that. I'll watch. I'm not like recording it. I'm not like super engaged. Gymnastics is interesting because you see so much melanin up there, and I'm like, so I feel like I'm almost obligated to want to watch.
It's like Black Panther.
Yeah, I feel like I'm almost obligated. Like, it is way too much melanin up there for me not to be supported. Like,
It really is.
I don't want nobody to be up here and think I'm not for the cause no more. Like,
You less black.
I'm already got light skin, redhead, and freckles, man. I don't need nobody else questioning my blackness. Like, so yeah, I will be watching the gymnast, and yeah, Simone Biles. I'll be watching her. I know that name.
You know that name?
I know that name. And which is bad that you got to be like the greatest ever for me to know your name in this event. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So I know that one. One thing I do watch all the time, even though I just said I'm not into the Olympics, the one thing I do watch, I'm always super engaged with all the swimming events.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like, there's no real reason for me.
I was going to
feel
ask
like
you if you're a swimmer or did you?
I mean, I do swim, and I mean, when I was much younger, I actually was in a swimming event, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just super engaged with swimming.
Okay.
No real reason. Like I said, no real reason. It's just.
I mean, you have any favorites though?
No, can't name anybody. Just when it's on, all right, I'll watch this.
Okay. Well, that ain't bad. I mean, you already mentioned it because it's like I'm gonna watch the gymnastics if I can catch it because the schedules are crazy, and I was going to watch track and field because was it Shikari?
Yeah.
I don't know her last name, but that chick is fast.
Yeah, I saw her qualifying event, and she don't even get out the blocks fast. She just catch you.
Exactly.
It's almost like she teasing the field. Like, I'm gonna let y'all get ahead, and then when you feel that breeze go by, that was me.
That's me. When you see my nails, just like, yeah, I got you. Because I saw her on YouTube for the first time. That was my first exposure. I was looking at something, and I said, okay. So they highlighted her at the beginning. So I said, okay, I know who's going to run this race. They're not going to highlight somebody's going to lose. But then when they started the race, I'm looking for her. Like,
yeah, she in the back.
Right. And then I blinked and it was like, oh, there she, oh, it's like that.
Which is crazy because in an event that takes 10 seconds, for 6 of them, she's not even in the front.
Right. Like when they get out of the box, I think she was like 2nd through 4th, depending on when you looked at it. And by the time they got halfway, she was on cruise control waving goodbye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So no, she's not quick out of the blocks. I'm not saying that she doesn't hear the gun well enough, but I'm just saying by the 3rd second of this, it's over. And
I only saw the 100, but I'm assuming if she runs the 100 like that, the 200, they just ain't got a chance.
No, because
you just ain't got a chance. Because once she gets to top speed, she just pulling away.
Exactly. So for 20 seconds or so, like I said, the first 3 seconds, she looked like she's just an average runner. From second 3 to 20, it's like it's no contest. So yeah, the 100, 200 meters over. Now, is she part that I have to figure out if she's part of the relay team? Is she on that?
She better be.
I hope so.
She better be.
Oh, wait a minute. This is so funny. I guess this is Ruben. Can't say skeet on TV.
No, that was me. That was me.
That was you. Skeet.
Yeah, we can't talk about skeet shooting. You can't say skeet on TV.
Yeah, well, you can today. Because when did they make that a sport?
I don't. First of all, AJ, I don't know if skeeting is a sport.
It is a sport.
It's not. You're talking about the actual shooting event.
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I'm not being nasty.
I don't know if we progressed to the skeet Olympics. Like, I feel like you'd have to watch that on Pornhub or something. Like, I don't know. We can put that on ABC.
I wish Ruben was here right now because he would be like shaking his head. Oh my goodness. Well, those are the 2 I'm gonna watch. Like I said, I have problems catching it because it comes on all hours. You can't really set it up to record because it comes on just random. I
mean, with the Olympics are like made for ESPN for me. Like, because I'm like, I know they're gonna show like the basketball highlights and stuff like that. So that's all the Olympics are to me. And maybe I'm just not patriotic enough, but that's all it is for me.
No, because I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I always, you know what? The biggest thing I do if I don't see something is I'll go online and check the medal count. Summer games,
AG, you're gonna have to say what's on your mind while I let this dog outside because she whining and it's getting on my nerves.
Okay.
So y'all will get the babyface assassin coming now.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, while Moby let the dog out. Like I said before, for the Olympics, for me, it's just like it's so hit or miss. I don't really know what's going on at any time, so I can't set it to record anything. But like I said, if I can catch Simone Biles do her thing, then I'm gonna catch Simone Biles do her thing. I will watch swimming. I'm with Moby on that one. Swimming's kind of cool. I'm still trying to figure out if somebody can answer me when skeet shooting became a sport. I would love to know because I didn't really realize that. But track and field and gymnastics, they are going to be the ones to watch for me. Well, since Moby is doing his parenting, his doggy parenting right now, I'm just going to start with saying what's on my mind. Hopefully it'll last longer than he is gone. Isn't that coming back already? I think that's him coming back. Anyway, but what's on my mind has something to do with the Olympics because it has something to do with Simone Biles. And it really has something to do with what we've been talking about nearly this whole show about people that are accustomed to making the rules, so nothing ever bothered them when you know they could kind of dictate who was going to win, or they could dictate what color was going to win, or whatever it was. Well, Simone Biles is the GOAT. I mean, you know, Gabby Douglas was off the chain. Nadia Comaneci was off the chain. Mary Lou Retton was off the chain, but this chick is at another level, another 2 or 3 levels.
Yeah.
And there's no denying that, and no one does. That's not really what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about is the governing body telling her that whatever move that she is doing that no one else can do except her is illegal. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought in my upbringing with your rules, you were telling me that competition is structured this way. If somebody is better than you, either you accept it, quit, or keep playing, or if it bothers you that much, get better yourself. That was always my understanding. So this young lady is doing what she's doing, and she's doing it well. And they changed the rules so it makes it easier for her competitors to almost win. Look, y'all, just because somebody's better than you or just because somebody else is winning doesn't mean the rules have to change. It means that you need to get better, or just accept the fact that, yeah, I mean, tip of the hat to you because I just can't do it. And that's the bottom line with me. I just get tired of people who are used to being in charge having a moving target on what's right or wrong. We all know what's right. Everybody does. If you're not crazy, this is an all things being equal type of statement. But we all know what's right and wrong. And that target is not a moving target. It's sitting right there. But when you want to pretend and you want to move it here and move it there and just dress it up, you know, you can't put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. Stop changing the rules so you can stay winning. Make the rules, let them be the rules. And when it's your time to go to work and woodshed it because somebody's kicking your ass, then it is what it is. And that's all I got. I just get tired of that. Yeah. How you going to say something is illegal when it's not illegal? It's just she's the only person that can do it. What?
It's illegal because you're too good. Like that's participation.
How dumb is that?
Participation trophies, man.
Man, no, it's deeper than that.
It is, but participation trophies are why we, as like a society as a whole, aren't like all equally outraged at this. Because like that's
okay.
That's something that a lot of people don't even really pay attention to. It's like, okay, well, it's an illegal move. It's like, no, but let's go deeper than that. It's illegal because no one else can do it.
Right. Instead of appreciating somebody who can do something that next level, we want to make it illegal.
Yeah,
which goes back to that whole Black Lives Matter thing. It's like you're politicizing a gymnastics move for real.
Absolutely.
Okay. Like I said, you can politicize anything you want. So
like if I mean that's the equivalent of us being like, hey, Steph Curry can shoot it from too far. So if you shoot it from past 30 feet, it don't count.
Exactly. Dumbest thing. Dumbest thing. If you want to be Steph Curry, I think you need to shoot 5,000 shots a day. Otherwise, please stop. Please stop. And there's nothing wrong with please stop. There's nothing wrong with somebody saying, yo, that dude is just fire. And I'm not that good. I got to do what I do well.
Yeah, as a retired athlete who won all that good, like every day, it doesn't bother me at all that people were way better than me because I can just go, oh, no, that dude was for real. Like I thought I was all right. And then I played him and I was like, oh, I ain't shit.
But I mean, that apparently, and like we have virtually been talking about this the whole show. No one wants to do that. No one wants to say, you know what, man, you just better. You know what? Yeah, I was wrong. My bad. We're going to fix it. No one wants to do that. You cheat on your wife and all of a sudden it's her fault. What? Okay. Never mind. Never mind. So, man, what's on your mind, man?
CNN, man. And this is going to be a left turn for me because I'm not usually this person, but I've realized that I think I have officially I'm all politics out, man. I can't. Like I used to watch CNN, I used to watch MSNBC. I used to be real big on trying to be informed, not because I wanted to be able to quote unquote argue with anyone, because I wanted to actually just know what the argument was about. And then I'll, wherever I sit on it, this is about the only time I actually come up here and I'm like really outspoken, because most of the time I don't argue with people about politics because there's no point, because politics is something you form on your own. And generally nobody's going to change your mind. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to change yours. But like, I'm to the point now where I just can't even watch no more, man. Like I'm starting to get upset with things that shouldn't upset me. Like Biden's starting to upset me, and he's upsetting me because he's doing exactly what I said a year ago. I feared if Biden got elected, which meant, hey, he'll win and nothing will happen. We'll just be can you think of one thing that's happened because of Biden?
I don't know. What do you mean?
He's a middle of the road politician, meaning all his politics are going to be middle. He's trying to please both sides, which is good.
Well, yeah, you're right. He did say that. He did say he was a bipartisan type of dude.
Yeah, which is good for the, I guess, the restoring of the presidency, like, and having respect for the office and everything.
Right.
But as far as for like politics, because Trump did so many, and the Republican Party as a whole, I shouldn't just say Trump, but the Republican Party as a whole have done so many things to hinder democracy that unfortunately being in the middle is not going to get you back to the middle.
No, it's not. I get that. Yeah, it's not.
So, I mean, every day there are more and more policies being written and done to make it harder and harder for people to vote, meaning making it harder and harder for us to have a true sense democracy. And yet all I hear on CNN is them talking about, is Biden taking Putin seriously enough? Why are we worried about being involved with Russia when we're literally turning ourselves into it? And I don't mean that as like a hot take. I mean, if you're starting to make politics based on the people who are in power as opposed to the people themselves, you become a communist society, whether you call it communism or not, because the Republican Party is doing some gangster stuff. They've been doing it for a while. And the fact that we are only focused on outside sources and not internal just annoys me. Like I watch CNN and I'm just like, we're not talking about anything. We're just recycling stories. I'm looking at Don Lemon. I'm disgusted with him. Not that I dislike Don Lemon, but I'm just like, Don Lemon talks about the same things every night. Chris Cuomo talks about the same things every night. Anderson Cooper talks about the same thing every night. So I go to MSNBC and I'm like, oh shit, same thing being talked about over here. Like,
well, is that what people want to hear? Because really, they got to say stuff that is selling.
And that's why I'm all politics out, because politics now is media. It's just mass media.
But it's for the last 6 years? Hasn't it been for that?
No, it's been like that for a long time. And the more we eliminate newspapers, the farther we go into that, because really most news stories of our lifetime have really been broken by newspapers, not TV sources, because TV sources are looking for ratings. Newspapers used to be looking for stories. That's just how it used to be. So I'm kind of all politics out. Like I can't even watch. I used to be a CNN junkie. My wife used to joke about it all the time. Like, hey, you gonna come in the bedroom, you gonna turn on CNN, you gonna listen to Don Lemon or Anderson Cooper or Chris Cuomo, and then you're gonna go to sleep. So I guess I was becoming an old man, and maybe I'm not old no more. Maybe I'm part of the revolution. That's like I want to read some stuff now. Like I've been finding myself reading more. Like what's on my mind is I've been reading. I've become a book junkie now. I just want to read stuff because I just don't want to hear about somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all. I mean, and that's part of the reason why I listen to NPR, because they generally give it to you straight. It's like, this is what happened, and next story. So I get that. I totally get that.
What else is also on my mind is like Ruben was talking to us like he was going to be like 5-10 minutes late.
No, he's missed the whole show because we're about to end.
Yeah, it's over. It's over with.
I think he just wanted a day off, didn't want to say it.
You're right, and I wish you could have been. You could have been honest. If like you was gonna kick it with a honey, you could have went and kicked it with a honey. We wouldn't have been mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, we're not gonna. I'm not signing up to be on this show. 5-minute warning with Ruben Brown, and it's gonna be Moby and AG because, like, I think we just need to make our own show then.
So now we ain't taking over. We spinning off now, right?
We're spin off. Like, I don't know. I don't know how successful it'll be, but I mean, look.
Well, I think any show that's a podcast will be successful as long as you're there.
I mean, sure.
Even try.
If you say so.
I know so.
But Moby, it sounds incomplete. So we have to do Moby and AG. 24 seconds with Moby and AG.
That'll work.
Man, we ain't never talked about no subject for 24 seconds.
Well, on behalf of the person who actually wanted a day off to be with the honeys or wherever he is, and
he over there working on his skeet shooting.
You know what? Oh man,
he getting ready for the Olympics, man. Skeet shooting, man.
You know what?
He's trying to take the gold wrapper out of his pocket.
Wow. Oh man, but we appreciate y'all listening. On behalf of Moby and Ruben, I'm AG. This is the 5-minute warning.
Yo, did this really?
What? Man, dude, it's too late. This show is over.
So we out, man. Take over. Look at him doing the beat it up dance.
You know what? Tell me what that thing smell like, man. Tell me what that thing smell like.
Really? That's what we're doing?
Yes.
You had your Black Jesus moment.
You know what? Well, the show's over, man. I was about to sign off.
It's over, man. We out.
That's cool.
You take us home. Take us home.
What do I need to do?
Do what you always do at the end of the show.
Hey, thanks for listening to 5-minute warning. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was awesome. Make sure you go to www.5minutewarning.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, all that beautiful stuff. Thank you for being a listener. Tell your friends. We were asking questions. Do I just ignore that?
I mean, I don't know if they're asking questions. I think, okay, Bianca wants to know what's on your mind, and
this guy showed up and the ratings plummeted.
That's real messed up, man. Actually, I just brought people.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious.
The HRBT sucks. That's all I can say.
Nah, what's on his mind is skeet shooting. That's what's on his mind.
What?
I wish.
You listening? Were you listening?
No.
You don't know what skeet shooting is, then.
No, I have an idea.
Yeah. You don't want no part of that.
It's probably that, but yeah.
Yeah, pearl clutching.
Nah, I ain't doing none of that.
Yeah, you would be if you heard the show.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess.
Man, it was real. It was real. PG.
No, it wasn't.
Real clean.
No, it wasn't.
First of all, hold on.
Tell your mom to watch.
Please no.
So anybody who definitely knows me know it. I'm sure as hell not watching the BET Awards. That's legit.
Okay, but if somebody tells you about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion performing on stage, you're gonna watch the clip of the performance, though.
I'm gonna watch the clip, but I ain't watching it live. I'm not getting them no hits.
Man.
Okay.
I mean, I don't watch it live. Because for what? So I can see a whole bunch of non-rappers win stuff? Nah, I'm good. I mean, because what's going to happen is, I don't know who's going to win, but somebody's going to win. But it is what it is. Hey, I'm glad y'all had a good show, though.
We did. You going to take us home or not?
I mean, I was trying to, then stuff popped up. So once again.
Don't act like you can read now.
Wow. Look, I always can read. What? See, this is the problem because I'm pretty sure when I wasn't knowing, I was probably getting
Hey, Dre, that's probably a good idea. 5-minute warning with Moby and AG, and Ruben does the overtime.
Yeah. with co-host me and myself. Yeah, that's awesome.
Me and myself. Me and
I
my
mean-
Twitter handle.
There are times when Dre from VA. I mean,
I thought
whatever. I mean, it probably was kind of funny, but it is what it is. But nah, man. So, thanks for listening. I mean, I'll see you when I see you. Stay safe out there and all that beautiful stuff. And yeah, thanks AG and thanks Mo B for taking care of the show because the HRBT was taking care of me. So, all right,
AKA
everybody.
Skeet shooting. And we out.
You
Later.
can send any questions or comments to FIVE Minute Warning 19 at gmail.com.
The 5-Minute Warning can now be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Breaker, Google Podcast, and Radio Public. Share, like, subscribe.